Mic on.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Crypto Insider channel. I am the Crypto Insider, back with another cryptocurrency video for you. Today is March 23rd, 2020. The world in the grip of the coronavirus and the coronavirus scare and the toilet paper hoarding and all of the other malarkey that is going along with it. We are safe and sound here at the Crypto Insider compound in Austin, Texas. In fact, everybody knows that I work in the FINTECH space, but one of my side gigs is renting out a lot of the rooms in my house on Airbnb, and that's how I meet a lot of very interesting people. And I've been using this opportunity since they canceled South by Southwest. Austin was one of the first big cities to cancel events, and that is a huge, huge event. If you've never been to South by Southwest and you hate crowds, don't go. So I've been using this opportunity where the house is empty to do my deep cleaning, and so I'm breaking down furniture and steam cleaning walls and replacing things, and going through the whole shebang of things to do when you do a deep clean. So I apologize if I haven't kept up with the videos in the way that you are normally accustomed to. Every couple days I've been missing one. Hopefully I'll be able to get back on schedule. Most of the cleaning is done, and so I should be good there. What you're seeing on the screen before you is a donation that we make. For each new subscriber to the channel, we send some XRP to @GoodXRP. They break it down, send it off to those 9 charities on the screen there. And it helps them get their mission accomplished, helps us get subscribers. So it's a win-win. And you could argue that once you subscribe, you get notified of any new video. So it's actually a win-win-win. That just depends on the quality of the video I happen to put out that day. Sometimes it may be a win-win. Maybe. In any case, before we get into the prices, I should also give you the standard disclaimer. All the YouTubers give them. I am not a registered investment advisor, certified financial planner, tax accountant, stockbroker. I should get my certified financial planner license or certificate or whatever. But then I would still say that I'm not a certified financial planner because this is crypto and this is a hobby of mine. It's not something I'm planning on marketing signals or selling anything. I'm not good. I don't do that with this stuff. This is just a hobby. I've made some money in the past off cryptocurrency. Hopefully I make some money in the future. Who knows what the way the market is, though. All we can do is hodl and hope for the best. Let's pop into live coin watch. We see Bitcoin dominance gaining a bit overnight. It's at 66.15. Bitcoin in charge of everything right here, sitting solidly at 62.3455, up 3.29% from yesterday. Everything else pretty much following Bitcoin. XRP, one of our favorite alts here at the channel, sitting at 0.155. Ethereum, 129, up 2.22% from yesterday. Ethereum's going to be one to watch. When all the money starts coming back into the market, it's going to be interesting to see where it goes. Now, there are two schools of thought here. At least there are two arguments that I have in my head with myself when I try to predict the way the money's going to come back into the market. One is that the alts have better tech and they're more fundamentally sound than Bitcoin, so the alts may start to rise and lead Bitcoin into a rally. And the other is that even though what I just said is true, Bitcoin is considered the gold standard, I guess, or the store of value, or the long-standing crypto that everybody's familiar with. So it may see the run up first, and then the alts follow it, especially with Bitcoin dominance being as high as it is. In any case, I do believe the market's going to start coming back at some point. We are only going to have so long at these prices. We may see some more dips. This may not be the actual bottom, especially as people as people need fiat. There could be a rush of some people that have bought Bitcoin or Ethereum or any of this stuff in the past, logging into their Coinbase accounts and cashing out to deal with corona-related job cutbacks, reduced hours, whatever. People are going to look to sort of hoard the dollar first, and we have a story about that. And it's happening all around the world, right? So, in a lot of developing and third world countries, not even third world, but second world, I guess, and even some first world countries, the dollar is the world reserve currency right now. So, a lot of people want to get, they want to liquidate whatever they can and get as many dollars as they can to hoard right now. And it's not a bad idea to have some of your position in cash. Everybody wants to make a return, but it's always good to have some cash on hand so that you don't face a personal liquidity crisis. XTZ, Tezos is one of ours, up 0.32 since yesterday. Tezos and Link both. Link up 1.66%, sitting at $2.14. Our other coin here at the channel that we like to watch is HBAR, not doing so well today, down 6.38%. But still very cheap. If you were ever looking to get into HBAR, I think it's a good time. There's going to be more companies announcing to the governance council, and hopefully someone starts building some I know people have started building applications with it, but I don't know if any of the big financial companies have started developing with it yet. So we'll see. It's definitely one to watch. It's on a lot of people's radar, and it's making its way up the market cap slowly but surely. And I expect if it ever signs on to something like Coinbase, it's going to have an even more of a bump. We are at the Coinalyze page now for XRP, 15.5 cents. 0.15458. We've been going green and red this morning. Right now we're in this oversold, so it looks like there's some downward pressure on the price. These can change pretty quickly, so we're not really worried about it. It says we're up for the week by 1.39%. Up 24 hours at 1.03%. Down 1.2% in the last hour. So you can see there's been volatility over the past day in the XRP price, but not too much. Our low is 0.154, our high is 0.156. So I guess they would call this trading sideways. For now, there are no big swings that there's really any value in talking about at any great length. From Bitcoinist.com, who I'm assuming are Bitcoin maxis because of the name, we have a story by Trevor Smith. I wanted to, if I made a video yesterday, I was going to cover this because I saw it come out, but I'm a day late and $1 short, so here we go. MoneyGram has made millions selling Ripple's XRP. Well, no. MoneyGram has made millions selling MoneyGram's XRP. Ripple's XRP is held in escrow and released on a programmatic schedule, and MoneyGram has no ability to sell Ripple's XRP. But we know what they mean. The rundown. Ripple revenue growing rapidly. All remittance companies will need to adjust. In its recently filed annual report to the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission, MoneyGram reports $11.3 million in revenue as a result of its partnership. Ripple Labs pays the remissions company as an incentive to use RippleNet in its operations. I don't know. Maybe they have, or maybe they gave them some XRP to get started. I don't know that Ripple Labs is paying MoneyGram just flat out to use ODL. That doesn't make sense. But maybe there's some deal that I don't know about. Although MoneyGram's total revenue continues to decline, embracing Ripple has clearly been positive for the company. It began to use ODL in the second quarter of last year, which is proving highly successful. The company is compensated by Ripple and XRP for developing and bringing liquidity to foreign exchange markets facilitated by the ODL platform and providing a reliable level of foreign exchange trading activity. Interesting. Notably, of this 11.3 million received from Ripple, 8.9 million came in the fourth quarter. So as the volumes grow, the revenue from ODL has grown. Given the overall growth of the Ripple platform, this number is likely grown higher in 2020. This activity is proof positive that Ripple Labs seeks to use whatever means necessary to get financial institutions to use its service. It reportedly pays other partners as well. In the case of MoneyGram, such payments are curious as Ripple already owns a sizable percentage of the company. The arrangement to use RippleNet expires in 2023. MoneyGram's embrace of Ripple indicates that this company recognized the paradigm shift underway in the global finance sector. Blockchain assets increasingly play a role in moving money around the world and threaten to render traditional remittance providers obsolete. In fact, eliminating the need for companies such as MoneyGram is Bitcoin's core design feature. No. No, not really. I don't know if I trust this article from Bitcoinist.com to be, particularly unbiased. If you read Satoshi's white paper, cross-border payments are not the use case that were listed as part of the core design feature. Now, I guess such a system could be used for that. I mean, you could transfer Bitcoin to anybody around the world if you had their address. But XRP certainly does it better. And Ripple is ahead of everybody. Ripple is ahead of these alt providers or altcoin foundations and things like that in building out the corridors to do this reliably. So it's I don't know that Bitcoin was designed to eliminate cross-border payment companies, or not that it can't, but I don't think that was the use case that Satoshi was thinking about. If you read it, he actually wanted Bitcoin to be used as a digital currency to be able to, do your day-to-day transacting on it. And so far, every other use case has been thrown at it, with Bitcoin maxi saying, no, 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 it's not something you want to buy your coffee with. It's now a store of value because it takes so long. Bitcoin is very sketchy to me, but I recognize that it's the first, and a lot of people like it. And there may still, and I was in a tweet exchange with DIY investing a little bit. It's still there's money to be made in the space. Certainly, I wouldn't argue against that. I do think the price of Bitcoin is going to increase, but at some point, it's going to lose out to the better tech. That's just what happens. Ripple's strategy of bringing banking partners into its ecosystem is clearly working, yet the extent to which these institutions actually use RippleNet remains less clear. Few appear to have moved beyond the research phase. The fact that Ripple has had to pay them to actually use it underscores this fact. I don't know. I mean, we see the corridors with the liquidity index bot on Twitter reporting on each corridor and how much XRP has been basically used in remittances, and that normally is growing. It's probably on a little bit of a downtrend now, but the entire economy is on a downtrend now. So, and we know that there are 24 or 25 ODL partners. Ripple only has they can only go up from here, and they've probably got more in the works. It'll be interesting to see what Ripple does over this year, especially with regards to the escrow funds. Like I said, if they're kind of cash strapped or they want to hoard some cash as well, they may sell their billion XRP that they dump on the market here at the end of the month and decide to take the cash. It just depends. If they do that, we could see another buying opportunity for XRP. So, if I had a big sock full of money, I would not go all in and buy XRP right now because it's at 15 cents. I might buy some now, but I would definitely hold part of that sock back just to see what they do at the end of the month. Could be wrong. I'm just speculating. This is an opinion channel. I I see why now that place is called Bitcoinist.com. They've got a few things wrong, or a few inferences that I think are wrong-headed in it. The next article from FX Street, Tanya Abrosimova. Crypto Today. The cryptocurrency market is bloody red. Bitcoin recovery attempts face stiff resistance. So we see this with Bitcoin, and we saw it at XRP to where we'll start to raise, and then we'll bounce off that resistance wall. Says the day's losers are HBAR, Wax, Blockstack. And then it lists a chart of, and I think you can see the price here just under this resistance. So obviously, volatility in the price, even Bitcoin has been pretty much sideways throughout this whole block here. No great price moves. We see. We saw one big run up the other day ago, and it's held on to some of that gain, but it's still not anywhere near that $9,900 or $10,000 mark that it was. I don't know how long ago that was. A week, 10 days, 12 days. So, an article from CNBC from Patty Dom is going more into what I was saying earlier. 1 minute. Let me have a swig of coffee here. I'm going long. My videos have been longer lately. They may have been sparser, but they've been longer, damn it. A global rush into the U.S. dollar is driving extreme market moves and a temporary shortage. The dollar continues to surge against other currencies as institutions and companies around the world rush to draw down credit lines and seek dollars for funding needs. The Fed has responded by opening the spigot to other foreign central banks, but its efforts have so far failed to quell the extreme upside volatility of the dollar. Ultimately, G7 finance ministers may see a need to intervene, according to strategists. Just like consumers started a run on toilet paper, companies and institutions all over the world have created a shortage of dollars, as some players hoard more of the currency than they immediately need in response to fears about the coronavirus. In times of trouble, all sorts of companies, banks, and investors want to hold dollars. It's the world's reserve currency, and it's considered the safest. And it's also not subject to some of the problems that cryptocurrency is. It's very hard for a whale to manipulate the dollar. You would need a huge ton of dollars. The biggest manipulators of the dollar is the Federal Reserve, in my opinion. Also, there's no exchange outages or internet outages. The dollar is still there. The dollar is hardcore, but or hard cash if you're talking about an actual dollar. But most of what they're talking about in that paragraph is digital currency anyways. It's just digital dollars or numbers in a ledger. Let's see. The wild 8% move in the dollar in little over a week has also prompted market talk of a possible intervention by G7 governments to bring down the dollar. I think that it's going to prove necessary. The big dollar rallies we've had ended with intervention. The first line of defense is to go to the swap line and let the swap lines work. I think we need another week to see if the increase in swap lines and the lower rates will ease the dislocation. I think the market is telling us they probably won't. Doesn't think Europeans are worried about how weak the euro is. I think we have a little work to get to the conclusion that a high bar for intervention is necessary. It goes into talk about exchange rates and companies drawing down on credit lines. But it just looks like, people want to hold the dollar right now. There could also be some downward pressure on the dollar once people start recovering from the coronavirus, once businesses start opening up again. It's a very tricky economic spot to be in because I forget what they call it in economics. We're not there, but we're in a position for what they call an adverse feedback loop, I believe. And what that is when the American buying consumer public doesn't have enough dollars to pay for things like rent and bills and credit cards and loans and all that, and so they just stop paying, and that kicks off an adverse feedback loop because the people they're paying that money to also start to default on there, and it's like a house of cards. It starts snowballing down and creates the adverse feedback loop, as I've heard it referred to. I'm sure there's a better technical name for it, but hopefully we don't get there, and I think that's what the Trump administration is trying to do with these payments to, they're trying to do these payments to Americans to go out and spend, but it looks like it was blocked by the Democrats in the House for some reason. They must not have liked the bill or the package that got to them. So they're still working on it. I'm sure they will get something out at some point. Nobody wants to be in office, when there is such a huge economic collapse the size of, the Great Depression. Nobody wants to be around for that and have to try to run for re-election on it. I don't care if you're a Democrat or a Republican. People do vote with their pocketbooks. So we will see what happens. Maybe some of the cryptos will become a haven at some point. That would be nice because that means some of the dollars would go into crypto, and it would help us as hobbyists that are invested in crypto or have crypto positions. In any case, there's the music. I am going to pop up some additional videos for you to continue your crypto insider journey. Go ahead, like and subscribe. We will donate to charity on your behalf, and I will be back tomorrow.